you were asking about compost.
Correct.
And you say that where you live, you've already got a sort of plastic and paper recycling thing going, but what do you do with food waste? The best thing you can do, step number one, is if you install a food grinder, like an incinerator garbage disposal, if you put your food waste down the sink, the municipality will happily take all those nutrients and they'll turn it into biogas and into fertilizer, and they'll sell it back to you or sell it to some other people. So they love it when you give away your food waste for free. If you put an incinerator, food grinder, or garbage disposal like we have, and I'll show you a little later, in a tub, in a wash basin, and grind it into a bucket, then you capture all of that energy and all that fertility. And you can just pour it on the ground. You don't even have to have a new compost bin. You can just grind it up and pour it on the ground. It will turn into soil in 3 to 6 days. Whereas a compost bin will take 3 to 6 months. You can also pour it in the compost bin. Either way, the grinding works. But if you want to get the energy out, not just the nutrition, if you want to make soil and make energy, then you get a home biogas system like this. And these cost about, $700, I think. They come with a little stove. And you set them up in like an hour and a half. And it's simply a big tank of water. You can see that there's some oranges in there. You can see. And you just come over and you pour your food waste into that. And you can take up to a paint bucket's worth per day can go into this. So something like this. This is a little bigger. But if this was filled with food waste, that's what you could feed it maximum per day. Otherwise, it'll get indigestion. It's a dragon, and it breathes fire, safe fire, which you'll see in a second. So you usually don't, with a family of 4, you're not going to fill a bucket like this with food waste. So that's what it's made for. And you can just plunge it down, and then inside this big balloon here is water, and we initially inoculated it with cow manure or horse manure or lake mud or your own baby's diaper waste, your own waste, something source of microbes. We've also used Ridex powder from the septic powder from the Home Depot or Lowe's. You just get that septic powder because those microbes, when they get in the water, they get hungry and they eat food. So they'll eat all the stuff we won't eat, the moldy bread, the fat, the grease, the old French fries. They'll eat it all. So you don't have to worry about what's in your food. If you were eating nothing but Twinkies, this would get indigestion too, because it doesn't like too much sugar. If you're eating too much fat at all, but if you have a basically balanced diet, all your food waste is balanced, and so it'll feed just well. So gas accumulates in another balloon. So this is one balloon filled with water, and this is a balloon that's now filled with gas, and there's sandbag weights on top to give it some pressure. That means when I turn on the stove, after I open the valve here, light up the lighter. There you go. Yep. And you can't see it because it's so clean. So now you can see that it's real fire. Right? But when I take this away, you can't see it. There's no smoke with biomethane. At night, you'd see it as a blue flame. It's natural gas, but it's not explosive because it has some carbon dioxide in. And then you can cook on it the same way you cook on anything else. I don't know if you can see the flame. It's so clean down there. If I toss a leaf in, you'll be able to see it. There you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
It's perfectly clean, and you can get, this balloon will fill up each day when the weather is warm from 1 bucket of food waste. And that can give you cooking on this flame for about 2 hours. So every bucket gives you about 2 hours of cooking the next day. And that's the solution, because you can put, like I said, diaper waste, not the diapers themselves, but the diaper waste, your own waste. You can put all your food waste. You can put anything that's green from the garden. You can put flowers when they're done. After your bouquet is sort of wilted, you put the flowers in here. And it just keeps getting.
Show them the other product.
Oh, and then the other side, yes, thank you, Mary. The other side is that every time you feed it, you get a liquid fertilizer that comes out here that is great for the garden. And I don't have any water to pour in there to pour some out, do I? No, we don't.
I just sit on it. I just sit on it.
I can just do this. So it should work that. Is it coming out the other side? I think we've sat on it one too many times and the water level's low. Let me do one more bucket of water here. It may all